direct conversion of a solid into gaseous state and vice versa. Some solids, on heating, directly change into gaseous state without melting, and on cooling, change back into solid state. Such solids are known as sublimating solids. Examples are ammonium chloride, iodine, solid carbon dioxide, naphthalene, mothballs, etc.
Mothballs. Naphthalene can sublime and has insecticidal properties. Hence, naphthalene balls are placed in cupboards for woolen clothes to keep the insects away. Naphthalene vapors drive away the insect. Due to vapor formation, the size of naphthalene balls goes on decreasing with time. Law of conservation of mass. It states that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another. Example to illustrate the law of conservation of mass. Calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3, on heating decomposes to form calcium oxide, that is CaO, and carbon dioxide, that is CO2. It is found that if 100 gram of calcium carbonate is heated, it gives 56 gram of calcium oxide and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. 100 gram of calcium carbonate is equal to 56 gram of calcium oxide and 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Thus, total mass of products is equal to total mass of reactants.
Experiment to verify the law of conservation of mass. Take a clean conical flask fitted with a cork. Also take a small test tube and tie a thread to its neck so that it can be suspended in the flask. Weigh the flask, cork, and tube together. Now take a small amount of barium chloride solution in the conical flask and a small amount of sodium sulfate solution in the test tube. Suspend the test tube in the flask with the thread. Weigh the complete system. Subtract the mass of the empty apparatus. The difference will give the mass of the reactants taken. When the thread is loosened, the two solutions mix together and a white precipitate appears in the flask. Barium chloride plus sodium sulfate will give us barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. Weigh the complete apparatus again along with the contents. Subtract the initial mass of the apparatus. The difference will now give the total mass of the products, along with that of the reactant left unreacted, if any. We observe that mass comes out to be same as it was before the reaction. This proves the law of conservation of mass.
Skill fill. To determine the strength of attractive forces between the particles of different kinds of matter. Take an iron nail, a piece of chalk and a rubber band. Try to break them by hammering, cutting, or stretching. In which of the above three substances do you think the particles are held together with greater force? Since it is most difficult to break the iron nail, therefore, the particles of iron nail are held together by the strongest force, followed by the piece of chalk, while the particles of a rubber band are held by the weakest forces of attraction. Conclusion. The particles of matter attract each other. The strength of this force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to the other. Evaporation causes cooling. Pour some acetone or nail polish remover on your palm. You feel cool. The reason being that the energy needed for evaporation is taken from the palm. By losing heat, palm feels cool. Conclusion. Heat from our hand is used to evaporate acetone, due to which our hand feels cool.